this ghost that was haunting the street corner of 66 and Memphis.
One night in Lubbock, apparently in the 70s or 80s, a mysterious fate happened for an unfortunate man. He was slid, crashed, died by a bus he was waiting for one cold morning. I went here last night. The footage wasn't focused. It like unfocused as soon as we hit this avenue, the street, which I found kind of weird. But yeah, I interviewed someone that reportedly had seen him in the early 2000s. So here's that phone call with him.
I didn't actually, until the early 2000s, see for myself whether there was any validity to the story. And so one evening I was going towards 66 in Memphis and down Memphis, and I did happen to see sort of a shadow of a man, or a figure actually, waiting there. But when I came on it, I could see the circuit breakers and all of that it was kind of an optical illusion. And then I haven't seen it since. And I've gone there several times to try to re-experience that, and I've not seen it since then. And that was close to 20 years ago. You know, and I haven't gone back to see if there were any accidents or anybody killed at that particular intersection, you know, if that was an actual true event.
Then, to see if there's any validity to the story, I tried to call the citibus.
Citibus, how can I help you?
Multiple times. Yes, I'm doing research about this.
Citibus, how can I help you?
Yes, Are you f***ing serious? I waited for no fucking reason. They hung up on. I was about.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask. Let me transfer you to our operations manager. She probably knows.
She didn't know anything. So I just left her a voicemail.
Katrina Garcia is not available.
I heard nothing, so I called a couple days later. There ever like a bus stop on Memphis and 66 between, I'd say, like the 70s and 80s?
I am not sure. Memphis and 66th and 70s and 80s. I wasn't here back then. I'd have to do a little digging and see if I could find some old maps. So I found a map from August of 1981, and at that time, hang on, I gotta find Memphis again. The writing is very small, so give me a minute. I had it, I lost it. Okay, so at that time, Route 5 traveled down Memphis and turned onto 66th.
Then I tried to get the map emailed. She never hit me back or called me. Then I tried to learn more about the Memphis Man, going through the old papers. I called the Lubbock Ghost Investigation Society. Nothing. Available. So I went back and talked to Rob. So where did you hear about it? Did you hear it from a friend or, you know?
Honestly, it's one of those things that just got talked about. I remember years ago when I worked at the public library, some kids coming in wanting to know about Lubbock hauntings, and they were like, the Memphis Man, we want to know about the Memphis Man. So it's not something that just came out of nowhere. You know, oftentimes these folk stories have a kernel of truth, but what that truth is often not necessarily necessarily what the story is. It's the folklore behind the story. So you've got to take a lot of these legends with a grain of salt. But they exist, and they're fun stories to talk about. They're interesting, and they make up a unique part of a city's history.
So, no one will ever know what really happened to this Memphis man. If it was truly an optical illusion, or truly a man that got hit by a bus one morning. And that's what happened to the mysterious figure with an unfortunate fate. Okay, you can stop. But yeah, one mysterious night, a man disappeared in Lubbock, Texas. I don't know if his body was ever found or recovered, but people supposedly see him right here, just leaning, waiting for the bus.